exclusive in another live with the one and only True Media, your host, your boy True. You dig what I'm talking about? I want to come back and discuss gender warfare and, how society is playing right into the hands of the enemy and how they turning us against each other, and we can't even see the confusion that is causing, between male and female, between man and woman. And we want to talk about these things when it comes to the rise of men not liking women and women not liking men. We want to talk about these things because it's a lot of opinions. It's a lot of hurt people. It's a lot of people that's been heartbroken. It's a lot of people that have something to say. It's a lot of people that's angry, at the opposite sex. You got men mad at women. You got women mad at men. You got men hate women. You got women hate men, and all this bullshit. And it ain't doing nothing but hurting. Don't nobody win with us being, against each other. Everybody lose. If men and women continue to hate each other and not like to be around each other, everybody lose. Nobody wins. It don't help none of us if we gonna continue to keep going back and forth and blaming each other for these different things that's going on in the world or that's going on in our personal lives. None of us win in the end. We all lose. If we continue to not want to build, not want to have nothing to do with each other, if we want to continue to hold grudges and be mad at each other, none of us win. You feel what I'm saying? We all lose. And the government is doing a good job at keeping man and woman separated. The government is doing a good job with keeping man and woman angry at each other and hating each other. And it's to the point to where it's getting sick. It's getting sick in a certain sense that you can't even have a discussion with somebody without them, looking at you as a threat or looking at you as, somebody like a op. Like I know certain women out here that look at men like a op. And I'm just saying to the women out there, as a man, we not y'all ops. And y'all not our ops. Y'all not ops for us. We go together in perfect harmony. And we need to stop with all this gender war shit. We need to stop with all this being mad at each other and taking our frustrations out on each other. And, because it ain't gonna help nobody. It don't help nobody. It's only making things worse. All right. And so before I dive deeper into this discussion, I want to see who in the chat real quick. I appreciate everybody being, on the live today and being in attendance. And we're going to talk about this man versus woman, woman versus man, gender war bullshit. We're going to talk about it. And I think it starts with having a conversation and being honest about this stuff, because we can't remain like this. We can't continue to move like this. All right. Let me see real quick who in this thing. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right there. RC in this thing. Hey, y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and see me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay, we good. Okay, we good. We're gonna get the people a couple of more minutes to get on there, because I know it's like the middle of the day, and I know a lot of people probably still at work. I know a lot of people getting off work. I know a lot of people, they ain't seen the live come across their timeline, so it gotta catch up first. And we want to get the people a couple of more seconds to get on in, and then we can finish discussing this topic. But for the meantime, let me see who in here real quick. RC in this thing say, oh yeah, perfect timing on this live. What's going on, True? What's up with you, RC, big dog? I see you in this thing, man. Yeah, you know, hey, RC, you know it's always perfect timing, RC. It's divine intervention, man. It's always perfect timing, brother. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you being in tune, brother. Glacier in this thing say, hi, everyone. What's good with you, Glacier? We see you in this thing, sis. RC say, all of this is for depopulation and turning against each other instead of coming together. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And we can't even see or realize that the government is trying to wipe us all out. And how is the government going to wipe us out? How is, you know, these evil elites, what's the main way that they can do this shit? Is keeping man and woman from interacting with each other. That's one of the main ways that they can wipe us out, or they can try to wipe us out. Keep us from building families. They don't want us to build families no more. They don't want us to come together and build and have our own nations or our own, you know, constructs. They don't want that shit. That's why they try to keep us against each other, man versus woman, woman versus man. It's all a setup, and we falling right into the hands of the wicked elite. And all I'm saying is we got to start having these conversations and these discussions when we talking about why men don't like women today, why women don't like men. And I'm not talking about from a sexual attraction standpoint. I'm just talking about from a personality trait. A personality trait. You got a lot of women out here, they be talking about, I don't like being around men, I don't want to have shit to do with them. I wish they even wasn't here on earth. I be hearing women saying this shit. And then you got men out here talking about, oh man, I'm just practicing simmer retention. I'm hitting the gym. I'm true, man. I've been in the gym getting my muscles right. And I don't give a damn about these women. F all these women. And it's like, bro, we can't think like that, bro. We can't think like that because we playing right into the hands of the wicked elite. And we failing to realize that we becoming a part of our own demise, our own self-destruction. Because we was put here to build with each other. You see what I'm telling you? Let's get into it though. And I ain't telling you you gotta force yourself on nobody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying force yourself in a relationship. I'm not saying force yourself on somebody. I'm not saying be desperate or none of that. But what I'm saying is we have to realize and understand that hating each other, that shit don't help neither one of us. It don't help neither one of us. All right? YWN say at Glacier, hey. RC say at Glacier, hey. Amanda got the 100. RC say YWN, what's good, fam? Glacier say hi, True Media. What's good with you, Glacier? I see you in this thing, sis. I see you changed your avatar picture, Glacier. I see you changed your picture, sis. I ain't know it was you at first. I didn't know it was you at first until I looked at the name. But I see you in this thing, Glacier. What's up with you, sis? Welcome to the live. YWN say, RC, what's up, bro? Faraz say hi. Randy say sup. RC got the one. Everybody got the ones. The ones. Up T in this thing say peace and prosperity, True. You already know Up T. We back in this thing, brother. I see you in this thing, big dog. Let me see real quick. Javis say, peace be upon you. Shalom, family. Peace be upon you too, family. Farah say, love the car speeches I watched during my break. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love, all the commentary, all the subscribers, all the support, all the engagement. I love y'all, man. Straight up. I appreciate everybody. It's all love. Glacier say women and men created unnecessarily tongue wars amongst themselves instead of accepting each other's personalities and resolving the matter. We all need in peace and harmony. I agree with that, Glacier. And I think this is what I think, Glacier. Well, this is what I know. Glacier. And I know you know this too. A lot of women and men has been heartbroken in the past A lot of women and a lot of men has dealt with relationship issues. They have dealt with issues from the opposite gender. And a lot of them haven't healed properly from these said issues that they dealt with from the opposite sex. And this is why you're starting to see a lot of resentment that men and women shows towards each other, is because they haven't healed from the issues or the problems of them being heartbroken at some point in their life. And just because the woman that you dealt with in the past may have broke your heart, that don't mean you go around being a woman hater or you hating women. Just because a man broke your heart at some point in the past, that don't mean you go around hating all men. Because a lot of people take this shit personal because of their personal experiences. A lot of people take this shit personal because of their personal endeavors. You feel what I'm saying? And I think we dealing with Glacier. We dealing with a lot of men and women who haven't healed properly from their heartbreak or their pain that they've been through with the opposite sex at some point in their life. Now, some people is just plain on evil, sis. You got some men out here that just hate women for no reason because they probably can't get no sex from them. I don't know. You got them kind of women, you got them kind of men out here too who just hate women for no reason. Women ain't even did shit to them. Them niggas ain't never even been in a relationship, but they just hate women. And I'm seeing a lot of men out here on the internet. I'm seeing a lot of men out here in passing don't like women. And a lot of these men haven't even, dealt with women for them not to like them. And I think that's becoming an issue too in this world today. I think you got a lot of men that feel because a woman never gave them the opportunity or never gave them a chance. You got a lot of men out here that's upset that they can't get with a woman. And you got a lot of men out here that's upset that a woman may never found them attractive. And so it creates a sense of bitterness and resentment in those men's heart. And then you got a lot of women out here, who's been through traumatic experiences. I touched on this in a few videos. I touched on how women have been touched on as little girls. I touched on how women, has been through these traumatic experiences where they gave their heart to the wrong man and the wrong man had, did them dirty. So now they out here hating all men because of they done got into the wrong relationship with the wrong man and he done did them dirty. And so now you got a lot of women out here who just looking at it from that standpoint like, well, since my last 3 relationships haven't been good, I don't want to have nothing to do with men at all. And it's like, sis, just because your last 3 relationships didn't work out, that don't mean, or that don't give you the right to hate men because you had personal issues or personal experiences that caused you to fall out with men in particular that you dealt with in the past. And it's a lot of hate that's going around and being passed around from the opposite sex, from men and women. I'm seeing this shit from both places. And that shit ain't gonna help nobody. Nobody ain't gonna win for us hating each other. Nobody not gonna win for men and women being against each other. Nobody wins. And what I'm saying is, it's time to remember and understand, man, you got to grow up. You got to get mature. You got to be more of an adult. You got to be more of a woman, of a man, and put your petty, opinions to the side because, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be out here hating each other like this and just, discrediting each other every chance we get. That shit ain't what it is. I be seeing some people online making these whole, painting a picture about how women ain't shit or painting a picture of how man ain't shit. And it'd be like, damn, dog, like who hurt you? Who hurt you, sis? Who hurt you, my boy? Why you so into your feelings and you so emotional and you got such a level of resentment towards the women, or you got such a level of resentment towards the man? And it's like, that's unhealed trauma that you got to fix within yourself. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like we need to get to a middle ground to where, you know, we can understand that, listen, even if I'm not going to deal with you like I normally would, that don't mean I got to hate you. Everybody going celibate. Now all the women in the world, supposedly, they celibate now. All the women in the world is celibate. All the men is on simmer retention. Hey, look. Hey, if you let the women tell it, they all practicing celibacy. If you let the man tell it, they all on simmer retention. But my thing is, two things can be true at one time. Two things can be true. And just because you celibate or just because you practicing simmer retention, that don't mean you gotta hate men, and that don't mean you gotta hate women. You see what I'm saying? All right, so I just want to put that out there real quick. Let me see who else in here. That was a good question, though, Glacier. I appreciate you sharing that. Sandy in this thing. Wallace Salon, my brother, it's all love, Sandy. I see you in this thing. Appreciate you tuning in. Norma say, divine timing. You already know, sis, always. Danielle say, hi, True Media, how are you? I'm doing good, sis. Thanks for asking. It's a good Friday. You know, everything is going good over here. And hope everything is going well on your end, too, Danielle. I appreciate you asking. And welcome to the live, sis. Norma say, God Almighty. Let me see. T. Mitch in this thing say, hell yeah, free Pooh Shiesty. Yeah, I'm not a fan of bruh, but I guess. I guess T. Mitch. T. Mitch say, God bless Trump. Tasha, let me see. Tosh, yeah, I'm gonna just say Tosh. Say, if y'all keep being evil to each other, then they got the power too. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, sis. The one say preach. Farber say, let me see real quick. Quinasia say, good afternoon. Hey, fam, what's good with you, Quinasia? I see you, sis. Welcome to the live, sis. YWN say, Quinasia, good afternoon. Quinasia say, good afternoon, YW. RC say, that's what them red pill fools talk about. Man, them fools ain't got no game, bruh. Most of them red pill dudes and blue, purple pill or blue pill, whatever they want to, the manosphere, man, them niggas don't be knowing what they talking about. Some of the shit I can relate to. Some of the things that they address, I can relate to. But most of that shit be bullshit, bro. Real talk. I'm going to keep it real. Just to say, it's all fake, bro. Yeah. Melissa say, having a relationship with Christ is fountain. Okay, Melissa. If that's what if that's what you feel like is best for you, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Tosh say, y'all will never change. I don't know who y'all is. I don't know if you're talking about man. I don't know if you're talking about man and woman. I don't know who you're talking about, Tosh. But Tosh say y'all would never change. Lawden say, hey, True, good things. First, I've gotten the news 2 nights ago at 1 a.m. that my spiritual little brother was coming home much more sooner because he's been so cool, good terms. You already know. That's what I want to hear, brother. That's what I want to hear, Lawden. Hey, Lawden, hey, Lawden, check this out, big dog. I already knew it was going to work out, bruh. Listen, Lord, from the moment you was talking about your little brother and your peoples, I said, I already know it's going to work out for Lord. And I already know, you feel what I'm saying, the family going to be cool and everything. You dig what I'm talking about? I can just tell by the energy that you was putting behind it. I knew that everything was going to work out. And I'm glad to hear that everything working out, Lord. And I appreciate you sharing that. And thanks for being tuned into this live, brother. It's all love, brother. I see you, Lord, in this thing, boy. That's what I'm talking about, man. Sammy say, love your African style shower cap. Yes, it's a turban. It's a turban. You want to call it a shower cap? It is what it is. It's a turban. No, it's cool. Let me see. Chanel say, amen. YW say, I love women. I don't like this toxic masculinity. I don't know where this toxic masculinity came from, but it doesn't ride in my family. Y'all wouldn't hear from me for a while if I did something like that. Yeah, man, I don't know what's the approach with toxic masculinity. That never was a thing when I was growing up. When I was growing up, you either was masculine or you was feminine. There wasn't no such thing as toxic masculinity. I don't know who made that shit up. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, man. I feel like as a man, just because you don't want to deal with women like you normally would, that don't mean you gotta hate women. And I feel like for women, just because they don't want to deal with a man like they normally would because they on a cycle or they on a period, that don't mean you just say outlandish shit to get under a man's skin or to say you hate man or you irritated or what the fuck ever. I think it should be, if you just don't want to deal with nobody, you don't want to be bothered, just say you don't want to deal with nobody. But you ain't got to make up, you know, a reason to bash the opposites of each sex. Like, just because you don't want to deal with a woman because you trying to focus on your purpose or you trying to get something done in life, or, you know what I mean, you might not be so lucky in relationships, that don't mean you have to hate women. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean you gotta go out your way to say all women is hoes, all women is users, all women is evil. That's not true. All women ain't hoes, all women ain't users, and all women ain't evil. But you hear men say some of this dumb shit because they don't have enough experience. They don't have no experience to be able to tell how a real woman supposed to move or conduct herself. And I think that's becoming an issue. It's just a lot of people, because, you know, they feel like a certain kind of way in the moment. They make their emotions overtake their senses. And they start saying crazy shit. And that's what we're dealing with. And it's to the point to where people is starting to really make me concerned about this gender war shit between woman and man and woman. I'm starting to get concerned because the shit I be seeing is like, damn. It's like motherfuckers really hate each other, bruh. And that's not what it is. You know what I mean? That's not what it is, dog. But thanks for sharing that, YW. Glacier say, yeah, that's right, true. I'm telling you, Glacier, you know I'm on it. You know I see what's going on, sis. NYC say, so true, preach. You already know NYC. NYC say wasting bread is enough, period. Come on now. Come on now, dog. Listen, NYC. I remember a point of time where a woman didn't value a man's money. See, when I was coming up, a woman valued your character. She didn't care about your fucking money. Because a woman knew back in my day when I was growing up that a nigga can have a lot of money and still be a scumbag. See, a lot of women knew when I was growing up, they knew that a nigga can have a lot of money and still have hoe tendencies. He can be on some hoe shit. So when I was coming up, women valued a man's character. That's what they valued. They valued a man's character. You see what I'm saying? But it's the opposite nowadays. Women don't really value a man's character like they used to. They value a man's wealth. And that's where a lot of women is going wrong at, because they think just because this man got a lot of money that he gonna come with good attributes or good characteristics or good personality traits. And that's just not the case. Every man that got money ain't coming with good characteristics or personality traits. And that's why a lot of women be getting fooled and tricked. You feel me? Like, and I be telling the sisters, man, don't fall for the okie doke. RC say, yeah, and it's sad, man. It is, RC. Panther say, amen. NYC say, preach, preach. YW say, I'm starting to think. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? What up? What about now? Can y'all hear me now? It looked like it should be good now. It looked like it's good. Okay, we good. All right, we good. All right. My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay, we good. Everybody said we good. All right. Let me dive back into the chat real quick. I appreciate everybody being in attendance, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate everybody rocking. YW said, I'm starting to think some of them guys are suspect I was working with because they said they don't want to deal with women again just because of their last relationship turned out bad. Yeah, listen, bro, YW. It's a lot of these brothers out here, they doing strange stuff because it's a lot of these brothers rather hang out with a gang of men all day than hang out with with they women or with they lady. But they rather hang out with a gang of men opposed to trying to hang out with a woman. And that's what I say, man. Sometimes going through a relationship, you can take it one or two ways. You could take it good or you can take it bad. And even when you go through a heartbreak or a bad relationship, it's still some good to learn from that situation. But that don't mean you build up a level of hate for women because one woman did you wrong. Like, just because that woman did you wrong, that don't mean that it ain't gonna be another woman that show you the world or give you the world or make you feel the total opposite. And that's the problem that these brothers be having out here. They be so quick to throw every woman into the pit or into the lake of fire that they don't understand, bro. All women don't move the same. Just like all men don't move the same. You see what I'm saying? And I think that that's the thing that making people hate either women or making people hate men. It's the experience or the traumatic trauma that they dealt with over the years when dealing with the opposite sex. But I appreciate you sharing that, YW, because that's facts. That's facts. Danielle say, I noticed some of us have bad relationships with our parents and can't repair it. Yeah, that's true too. I always tell people, if you got a bad relationship with your mother or your father, if you can, try to see if you can mend it or if you can, resolve the issue. And, because you just don't want to have no bad relationship with your parents and things like that. But I understand most people ain't got the luxury of having a good mother or a good father that they can look up to as a role model. But if you can fix it, try to fix it. That's all I say. If you can't, then you can't worry about what you can't fix or you can't control. Princeton say, hey, but what's good with you, Prince? Say, hope going. Yeah, everything going well, Prince. Everything going well. Justice say, it's over for America. Everybody's saying that. I don't know. We'll see. Prince say, Misha, okay, thanks for sharing that, brother. Brittany say, I think people need to love and respect each other. A lot of relationships are falling or a lot of relationships are failing because there's no love in them. I agree with that, Brittany. And another thing I agree with too, Brittany, is I think love starts within yourself. I think it's a lot of people, Brittany, they don't love themselves, sis. And you can't love a woman properly until you learn how to love yourself as a man. You can't love a man properly as a woman until you learn how to love yourself as a woman. And that's what I think that's going wrong. People don't have the love for themselves. Therefore, they can't put it into nobody else because they ain't really got no love for themselves either. And this is showing in multiple relationships, just the actions and the things that people do and the people say, it shows. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the biggest issues too in this modern generation when it comes to relationships, marriages, family, and dating. YW say at Brittany 100. Naturally say, what up, brother? What's good with you naturally? I see you in this thing, big dog. Welcome to the live, man. We in the building. Lawden say, yep, that's what's exactly on my little brother. He said, Lawden say, yep. That's what exactly happened to my little brother. He said he despised women because of a lie. Basically, he loves loving as a good brother and didn't do nothing to get drugged though. To get drugged through that. It's tough, man. It is. It's Lawden, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other brothers and sisters can vouch. You know, they can agree with this as well. When you go through a heartbreak, it is tough. It's tough when you go through some shit with with your girlfriend, or when a woman go through something with her boyfriend. It's tough to overcome that kind of shit, but that's a part of healing. That's why you gotta heal. That way you don't keep that hate or that energy on you. Because if you keep that hate or that energy on you, you're going to look at every man or you're going to look at every woman the same way. Because you haven't healed or you haven't got over that heartbreak. You feel me? And that's what I think we need to do is a lot of people need to heal from their past experiences. And remember, it's always somebody better out there. Just like it's always somebody worse out there. You feel what I'm saying? But I think healing answers that. Healing is the answer to, getting back in good spirits when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. But I appreciate you sharing that though, Lawden. YW say at Lawden is just crazy, man. Stunner Black in this thing say, let me see real quick. I got you, Stunner, just like that. Danielle say, some of us are still healing our childhood trauma and wounds. That's true, Danielle. That's absolutely true, for real. It's a lot of people that have been through traumatic experiences as children, and they just never properly healed or found the space to find peace with that situation that they dealt with as children. That's a real issue. Clarence say shalom. Shalom to you, Clarence. Brittany say, like what happened to getting with someone because you actually like them. Everything now is what you bring to the table. Me, I. There's no we, and people are selfish. That's true. You right. And I think it go both ways too, because I be seeing men asking what a woman bring to the table. And I be seeing women asking men what they bring to the table. So I think it goes both ways. And it's sad because don't nobody really look at the natural things no more, Brittany. Don't nobody look at the heart. They don't look at the character of the person. They don't look at the kind of energy that the person is bringing into their life. They don't look at the, just the natural things that comes with a person. But they look at all the other shit. You feel what I'm saying? They look at all the wrong stuff. And I think that's why a lot of marriages and relationships, it just don't last nowadays, because people ain't looking at the natural things that's within. They're not looking at the natural things that makes a good, healthy relationship or that makes a marriage last long. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people is looking at the wrong shit. And that's why a lot of people just don't have a real good experiences, with dating or being in a relationship. Honesty say, I had to subscribe. I love the energy here. I appreciate that, Honesty. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the family. And, let's build, sis. Let's build. It's all love. Amanda said, I just got home, True. I was on the bus. Now I'm preparing dinner for later tonight. That's what's up, Amanda. What you cooking over there, Amanda? What you cooking? Shit. Hey, Amanda, shit, I might need a plate. Shit, you might need to send me some shit. What you cooking over there, Amanda? Shit, let me in on the recipe. One tizine. You feel what I'm saying? Rare Raider said exactly, at Brittany. YW say, Brittany, I don't know what happened to real relationships, but yep, people are very selfish. Man, people selfish, man. People selfish. They don't consider they partner like they should. They don't consider the things that make up a good relationship, bruh. People is all about, like Brittany said, people all about me. What you can do for me, what you can bring to me, what you can show me, how much you can give me. It's like, that shit ain't gonna last. And that shit is starting to spread. It's starting to, that level of thinking or that mentality is starting to spread. I'm seeing this shit starting to really spread out. And it's becoming like detrimental to society. It's becoming detrimental to the male and female race or the male and female species, because we should be interacting with each other from a level of spirituality, emotional support, and just the things that make everything work naturally. We shouldn't be worried about all the exterior things that's glamorized in society or in the public. Like, we'll get there. We can get to the cars. We can get to the houses. We can get to the money. We'll get there later. But first of all, I want to know who is you, and I want to know how we align with each other. How do we align? How do we connect spiritually? Can we start there? And a lot of people don't even have a spiritual conversation before they get in a relationship. A lot of people don't even include spirituality in their marriage or their relationships. They immediately jump to the bullshit. How much money you making? Can you cook? Can you clean? What's in your bank account? And it's like, that's the shit that we can get to later. We can get to that shit later. It's a time and place for that conversation later down the road. First, let's figure out if we even align with each other spiritually. Let's start there. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people never start there. A lot of people never start there, and that's why their relationships don't go nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Omni in this thing, so Omni say romance means nothing. L Sparks say, good evening, brother, man. With the plan, you already know. Well, I see you in this thing, big dog. What's good with you, big dog? Rare Raider say, and what's up, everyone? May your days be blessed. We appreciate you, Rare Raider, tuning on in, brother, with that, with the positivity and the words of encouragement. We appreciate that, Rare Raider. It's all love, big dog. Copy say, you ain't lying. All people do is cry about relationships on the internet nowadays. And nobody is trying to find a solution, or nobody is trying to find the middle ground to meet at. All we dealing with is a lot of people just spewing out their opinions on why they don't like a woman or why they don't like a man. But ain't nobody trying to find no middle ground and to see how we can interpret this together and how we can figure out this issue together when it comes to what we feel. And most of it is all personal. It's a lot of people that's in their personal feelings, or they have personal emotions towards things, and this is what's causing the level of hate. I'm seeing older women online telling younger women not to value relationships. Treat a nigga like he ain't shit. Get a man for his money first. I'm seeing this shit. I'm seeing men online, older men, that's telling other younger men not to look at women or not to take women serious or don't have nothing to do with women. Why would you tell another younger man some shit like that? Why would you try to put that in his brain that it ain't no good women out here? Why would you say some shit like that? And so you seeing trauma being passed down. That's what you're seeing. You seeing trauma from the elders being passed down to the youngsters. And you seeing a lot of youngsters don't want to listen to certain elders who's telling them the truth when it comes from trying to see them well off and give them advice. That's going on too. It's both ways. You got certain OGs, you got certain elders that's misleading the youth. They misleading the younger generation. And then you got the younger generation who act like they can't be told shit. It's going both ways right now. And we got to find some kind of middle ground to understand how to balance everything out. You feel what I'm saying? Sandra in this thing, what's good with you, Sandra? I see you in this thing, sis. Sutri in this thing, what's good with you, Sutri? I see you in this thing, sis. Got Lowry in this thing, what's up with you, sis? I see you in this thing. Young Stepper in this thing, what's good with you, Step? I see you in this thing, big dog. Sandra say, hey, from the UK. Shout out to the UK. We got the UK in the building. You already know, Sandra. It's all love. I appreciate you tuning back on in, sis. YW laughing. Easter Wiley say true media. Thumbs up. What's up? 100. I see you in this thing, Easter. I appreciate you tuning in, Easter. It's all love. Glad to see you back in another live in a place to be. Brittany say YW. Yeah, it's sad and people act all confused on why men or women don't want to date anymore. Make relationships something people are excited to look forward to. True love is beautiful. I agree with that, Brittany. People make relationships. I'm going to put it like this, Brittany. People give relationships a bad rep. People give relationships a bad rep based on their experiences. People give relationships a negative connotation or a negative way of looking at things. So that's why most people don't strive or most people don't aspire to being in some kind of relationship because, right now, everybody feel like it's a negative thing to be a part of, or most people feel like, it's just something that have a negative stigma attached to it. Relationships have relationships and marriages have a very bad stigma attached to that shit. And so that's a good point, Brittany. That's why a lot of people not pursuing it like they used to or like we used to. Because, when I was coming up, late 90s, early 2000s, we used to pursue relationships. It was popular to be in a relationship. Everybody was in a relationship when I was coming up back then. Everybody had a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It was popular. But nowadays, it's not as popular because people make it seem like a negative thing or like a bad thing. You feel what I'm saying? So that is true, Brittany. Good point. Easter say, peace and blessings, everyone. Sandra got the, you already know, Sandra. Appreciate you tuning in, sis. Easter say, exactly. Sandra say, balance. That's what we need, Sandra. Easter say, far from the truth. Erie God say, all women are not evil. Absolutely not. You know how many times, let me tell you something, Erie. And I said this before. You know how many times I played the villain in relationships because I was doing certain shit that, you know, that was crazy. I was doing some crazy shit in the streets. But I was with good women. But they just couldn't keep up with my lifestyle because I was everywhere. I was doing all kind of crazy shit in the streets. And I be telling people this shit, just because every relationship didn't work out, that don't mean it's not your fault. Let me skip down to the bottom so I can say this. Most people, when they break up, or when most people relationship with somebody run its course, you know the first thing most people do? They immediately get the blaming the other person. People don't know how to hold themselves accountable when it comes to what they did wrong. See, I'm one of the people that I'm going to hold myself accountable. I know that a lot of the relationships I've been in the past, I was the reason why that shit didn't go how it's supposed to went. See, I'm able as an adult to hold myself accountable. But one of the problem is, in this modern generation or this day and age, a lot of people don't want to hold themselves accountable. A lot of people don't want to tell the truth about the things that they did wrong in a relationship. And so they always make it seem like it's the opposite person, or it was this person's fault. And I don't like that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's okay to admit you messed up. It's okay to admit that you messed up. It's okay to say, you know what? I messed that shit up, man. I messed that shit up. It's okay to admit that. That's how you grow. That's how you get better. That's how you get better. You got to admit, you got to be accountable for your actions. But a lot of people don't want to do that. When something go wrong in a relationship nowadays, most people start blaming the person they was with, and they don't want to tell the truth about the shit that they did to that person, or about what they did when they was involved in a relationship with that person. And that's the sad part about this shit. It's like people have to be honest at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't no more honesty out here. That's a big issue in this generation. Let me see real quick. Skip back up, and I'm gonna skip back to the bottom. I ain't that far from the bottom though. Is we good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Is we good? Can y'all hear me and see me? Can y'all hear me and see me? We good? We good? Okay, we good. I'm just checking. Just checking. Okay, let me see. We was right here. Let me see. Okay, hold up. Okay, well, now we was up a little bit. Okay, hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me get it right. I'm going to skip down a little bit because I'm trying to keep up. Okay, right here. Didi and his thing say, yep, what's good with you, Didi? I see you in this thing, sis. Narsaray say they need to heal first after a breakup can be hard. I agree, Narsaray. My bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, I see it, Omni. It was freezing. We should be good now, though, Omni. Y'all can hear me now, right? Y'all can hear me now? We should be good. We should be good. Okay, we good. Everybody's saying we can hear. Okay, we good. All right, y'all. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. Let me skip. Okay, the live moving real fast, so I'm gonna have to read quick. I'm gonna have to read fast because the live is moving real fast. Quinasia say, I hate this place. Don't worry about it, Quinasia. Everything be all right. Narsaray say, right, do we believe in something higher than us? Yeah, we got to, sis. That's the only way we're going to rise to being better. We got to make sure that we keep spirituality, you know, at the forefront of our relationships and our marriages. You feel what I'm saying? Got to keep God in there, man. Real talk. Night kids say, I don't know what you mean, Night Kid. I'm going to keep you around because I don't know if you're trolling or I don't know if you're asking a real question. All right? But if I see the next question don't make sense, I'm going to get you out of here real fast. Narsaray say, trust has to be built in time. It's not just given, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right, Narsaray. I agree. You have to build up that level of trust. And that's why I say starting from the bottom together is the way it should be. Like a man and a woman starting from the bottom together and building something, I think that's the way it should be. I don't think, you know, you should get with a person after you already built your kingdom and all that shit. Like, they ain't gonna do nothing but use you for what you can bring to the table or what you can provide for them. Narsaray say they never focus on what they do, like magnify, build there. Okay, they never focus on what they do, like, and magnify. Okay, yeah, you right. I see what you're talking about. And that's the thing. It's about learning each other weaknesses and trying to pick up the puzzle for where she may be weak at or where you may be weak at, and, you know, finding that level of balance for each other. And that's how things supposed to be. Night kids say, I don't care about the money, but I'll do a criminal background check. I don't know where you going with that, Night kid. I don't know what you mean by that. You gotta, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Narsaray say, yes, you got it. Narsaray say, that's financial abuse. Yep. Olivia in this thing with the $2 donation say, have you ever astral projected Jesus' name? Bless you. Yeah. I astral project all the time. Lucid dreaming, astral projection. I do it all the time. I'm good at it now. I be going to different universes and shit. I'm that good at it to where I be seeing other beings and celestial beings, and yeah, it's real. When you learn how to astral project and you understand the science behind being in the moment when you dreaming, the universe is gonna open up for you. When you master that, it's gonna open up for you. Narsaray say, blind leading the blind. That's exactly what it is, Narsaray. Olivia say, I know you aren't Christian. I respect your beliefs, but I still wanted to say, bless you, sweetie. I do love your live streams. You are very, very intelligent and insightful. I appreciate that, Olivia. It's all love. Listen to me, Olivia. Because people think just because I'm not Christian or Muslim or religious, they think that I don't have God. Like, I have a good relationship with God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know God. Like, I have a real good connection with God. And I want to let you know this, Olivia, and everybody else. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if you Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you Buddhist. I don't care if you're a Hindu. I don't care what your title is. If I know you got a good heart and you represent God the right way, you welcome over here on True Media. You welcome. You have a place over here on True Media. I don't let a title separate me from my brothers and sisters. I never do that. I don't let the title of a Christian or a Muslim separate me from my brothers and sisters, because I know it ain't nothing but a title that was made to divide us and conquer us. So although I might not come under the title Christian, although I might not represent the religion Muslim, you still my brother and sister at the end of the day. And I'm going to treat you as such. I'm going to treat you like that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really get caught into titles and all these religious beliefs and settings, because I know at the end of the day, we all serving, or we all trying to strive to make an effort to serve the Most High, the true and living God. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I don't get too caught up into all the, names and titles and stuff like that, because it's just made to divide us. That's all it's made to do. And that's what it's doing, is dividing us. But I won't let that happen over here. But I definitely appreciate you, Olivia, and tuning in to the messages. And just know it's all love. I appreciate that, most definitely. Nasira say elders haven't healed their own trauma, and so they can't heal the youth. That's true. That's true. You have a lot of elders who haven't properly healed correctly either. And that's a real big issue right there, because they the ones that paved the way, or they the ones that's supposed to pave the way for the youth. And yeah, that's an issue right there. Pang say, let me see real quick. I got you, Pang. Ahmad say, my parents that I live with are always trying to spiritually provoke me and compete against me. And all I do is help them out and focus on myself. It's like war on my peace. Ahmad, let me tell you something, Ahmad. If you having problems with your parents, like if you in the house and you can't get along with your mother or father, and you feel like they invading your privacy, or you feel like they invading your space or your peace, one of the best things to do is get a place, move out, and be on your own, until you can find some kind of, connection with your parents, because parents will overwhelm you with their beliefs. Parents will overwhelm you with advice that they think that's good for you. And it could be good for you, but it could be too much sometimes as well. And so, I would say if you in a position, probably, try to move out and get your own place. That way you can have your own space to yourself. You can be able to think, you can be able to do as you please, and you ain't got to worry about, getting into it with your parents. But I understand that it could be aggravating, it could be annoying to always hear your parents trying to tell you how to live, and but it could be beneficial. It could be good for your benefit at the same time. You just got to let them know. Just have a conversation with them too. If you're not in a position to where you can move out on your own, try to have a conversation with your parents and tell them how you feel and how that shit making you feel. You see what I'm saying? And I think, being open about it, being honest about it, can help it. You feel what I'm saying? It can help it. But I appreciate you sharing that, Ahmad. You already know, brother. Keep your head up, man. Too Safe say, man was the discipline and mothers was the nurturer. Yeah. And we lost that. We lost that connection, because although as a man, it's in your DNA to be a provider and a protector, and although in a woman's DNA, she's supposed to. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. I know, Omni. I know it did it again. Don't trip. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me now. I don't know why it's buffering. I got good connection over here, but it seemed like as soon as I start talking about deep shit, it seemed like it just all of a suddenly start buffering. Every time I get ready to talk about like some real shit, every time I get ready to talk about something that's really, really needed to be said, it just seemed like it started buffering and the connection started fucking up. You know what I mean? But y'all should be able to hear me now though, y'all, right? Y'all can hear me now, right? I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me now. Y'all should be able to hear me and see me, hopefully, like y'all need to, because the connection over here is good. There's nothing wrong with the connection. You know, it's when I'm getting ready to say some real shit. Every time I get ready to say something that's real, it just start buffering and doing weird shit, like just crazy shit, bro. Like, okay, I'm glad y'all can hear. I'm glad y'all can hear. Let me go back to where I was at. And this is what they do, man. They try to mess the live up. Too Safe say vibes are offline, but we're online. Yeah, vibes is offline, in person. I agree. You know what I mean? That's how you find real alignment. Lady T say narcissists really don't take accountability. I know I messed up. Yeah, don't never be. Let me tell you something, Lady T and everybody else. Don't never be the kind of person that did somebody wrong, but you try to make it seem like you was the victim. I can't people like that. Don't never be the kind of person that you know you did somebody wrong, but you try to put all the blame on them like they did it to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, take accountability for your actions. It's okay to say, I was wrong. Even if that person never decide to want to deal with you again, even if that person never decide to want to interact with you again, at least admit to yourself. I think a lot of that is missing. I think a lot of that is missing when it comes to people holding themselves accountable. You know, I think a lot of that is missing. You know what I mean? Like, if you wrong, just say you wrong. If you did somebody wrong, just say you wrong. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. Screen gets black, you are totally frozen. We should be good now, though. We should be good. I had to take a phone call. That was my bad. I had to take a phone call. That was on me right there. That was on me. We should be good now, though. Yeah, I had to take a phone call. My bad, Olivia and everybody else, and Didi, y'all. I know it went black. I had to take a phone call, though. Okay, let me skip back where I was at. Let me skip down a little bit, actually. Too Safe say, heaven lays between a woman's feet. All right. Too safe. You said heavens lays between a woman's feet. All right, Too Safe. Nasser Ray say, once we have healed from traumas, we can heal others. Yeah. Sometimes, not all the time, but I see what you're saying. It just depends on the level of trauma. Doris say, hi, y'all. What's good with you, Doris? Big J say, what's up, True Media? What's good with you, Jay? I see you in this thing, big dog. Nasser Ray got the love. Too Safe say, vibes between people. Conscious Lime doesn't believe in God. Listen, I'm not here to Christians don't believe in and what Muslims don't believe in. I'm not about to go all into that. Nasser Ray say, thank you. Consciousness say Jesus is the only way. Hey, listen, consciousness. If I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna block you. But if you disrespect other people's religious beliefs, I'm gonna block you. I don't play that shit on my channel. All right? I don't play that shit on my channel. I'm gonna warn you one time, consciousness, one time. If you disrespect other people's beliefs, I'm gonna block you. I don't play that Jesus is the way, Allah is the way, Buddha is the way, Krishna is the way. I don't play none of that shit on True Media. People entitled to believe whatever they want to believe. I don't play that division or that separation. So I'm gonna let you know one more time, consciousness. If you come in with that Jesus is the only way and you trying to create division or you trying to impose your religion on somebody else, I'm gonna block you. All right? Because you got to respect other people's beliefs. I don't give a fuck if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're Seventh-day Adventist, Catholic, Hebrew Israelite, Jehovah's Witness. I don't care what you is. Respect other people's beliefs. That's the problem with a lot of people out here. They think because of they found a good religion that they can just crucify everybody else and shit on everybody else. Don't do that. Respect other people's beliefs. So I'm going to let you know one time, consciousness, Jesus can be the only way to you. If that's how you feel, Jesus is the only way, that's how you feel. That's your personal beliefs. But everybody don't feel like that, and I'm one of them. I don't think Jesus is the only way. So if you're not going to respect my beliefs or my opinions or other people's beliefs and other people's feelings, I'm going to block you and I'm going to get you up out of here real fast. All right? Big say, if only everyone thought like this. Yeah, it'd be a different, the world would be a better place. Too Safe say, year after year. Pani say, amen. Nasser Ray say, still can't find a common ground. Love God, still can't find a common ground. Love God is love. Yeah. It's about finding that middle ground between woman and man, man and woman. We can't continue to hate each other, though. That ain't going to help none of us. Olivia say, oh, thank you, True. That makes me feel welcome here. I would love to understand the way you view God. Thank you again. Love you. I love you too, Olivia. I appreciate you tuning in. Most definitely. Olivia say religion can be so effing dividing. It definitely can. And that's why I don't participate in religious movements. I once did before, but I just don't do it. My frequency is too high. I'm above religion. I'm not at that point where I separate myself from others because of a title or because of a name. Too Safe say, the body is red wine and blue. The white and blue. If you believe in love, you believe in God. Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Didi say healing comes once we correct ourselves internally. We all make mistakes, sometimes unknowingly. That's true, Didi. But it's about being honest, though, sis. You know, Didi, it's about being honest, and it's about being open, and it's about, being real with yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's not always somebody else's fault that the relationship didn't work out. Sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes it's on us. See what I'm saying? Nasser Ray say generator, operator, destroyer. G-O-D. Yep. There you go. Olivia say the elders hate young people. Teens between 20, 29 years old. Not so much as pure hatred, but I feel that old people have so much contempt and disdain for us Gen Z / young millennials. I'm 25. Yeah. I can't say you wrong. I can't say you wrong. It is a large sense of division between the elders and the younger generation. It is becoming, a real true divide between the elders and the youth, or the elders and the younger adults. That's a real thing. I think everybody got their own way that they look at things based on their upbringing. I think the elders feel like the reason why they can't relate to a lot of the things that the younger generation do is because they just wasn't brought up under the same conditions. They wasn't brought up under the same mentality. They wasn't brought up under the same culture, traditions, music. And I think because of that, that's what make a lot of elders, look at the younger generation Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Sound is off or is, damn, let me see. Is we, can't hear you? Okay, Caribou say she can hear. Caribou. Okay, Didi say we can hear. Okay, Narsaray say we can hear. Okay, we good. Okay, we good. My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay, Didi say all praise to the Most High. Every guy say all praise to God. Try say new dream car, please donate. Please donate. You got to start a GoFundMe for the donations. YW say at Narsaray, I hate you encounter those type of people, but you are chosen. Olivia say at Narsaray, thank you so much. I haven't cried over my mom only like 3 times, which is very evident that I am blocking out the feeling of grief. I have held it. I have held in too good. It is unhealthy. It definitely is. If you got something on your chest, make sure you let it out. Don't be afraid to speak on it. Don't be afraid to express yourself about it. YW say, I respect everyone's beliefs. Absolutely. We ain't going to have nobody coming in here pushing no religion on nobody. That's what we ain't going to do. Omni say, hey, True, I love you, bro. I love women. Man, I'm just choosing peace. Yeah, it's all love, man. You know, it's a lot of brothers still got love for women. And they just want to be a bachelor or they want to choose peace. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it is a lot of brothers, too, who go above and beyond what they feel about women and things like that I don't agree with. Amaz say, thanks for your support. It seems like the enemy has been using a lot of people that's close to you to get to you harder, to get to you to hinder your progress. Yeah, it be like that. It always, you know, be the ones that's closest to you that'll get underneath your skin. But you got to learn how to sustain, maintain, and prevail no matter what. Narsaray say, YW, it's all right. There are aspects of me, all is one. Mr. say, Mr. Keys, okay, I got you, big dog. I'm gonna do you like that. Olivia say, I think I remember you, Narsaray, from a week ago or so ago here in the chat. Yeah, a lot of people become family over here. There's love over here, support, and that's what it's all about. No division, none of that you versus me versus you, us versus them versus us. My bad, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yes. Okay. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, we back. All right. Okay. Let me go back right here. Narsaray say, Olivia, I don't think it's unhealthy to be strong. I think it's too long to do it on your own. You should be surrounded with a support circle of others who are grieving to hold your hands and hug you. Yeah. Narsaray say, Olivia, love. Yes, I pop in and out every now and again. Yeah. Yeah, we be seeing Narsaray pop in and on out like a lot of other people. You know what I mean? It's all love. As long as y'all come in with the good energy, it's good. Olivia say, does having a high frequency come with practice, or are you either born with having a high frequency? You can be born with it, and you can practice or meditate to a higher vibration. So you ain't got to be born with it necessarily, but you do have to have a certain level of consciousness and a certain level of free thinking. And if you don't have a certain level of free thinking, you're not going to rise in frequency or vibration, because you can be one of the ones that follow after the crowd or follow after what's popular. And a lot of people who's not free thinkers, they always fall victim. Most people that's not free thinkers always fall victim to being led astray or being caught up in a low sense of vibration or low energy. So you got to be a free thinker. See what I'm saying? That's where it all starts. Omni say, you're not reading the comments I had at the top, true. I know it skipped the, my bad, Omni, but when the chat moves so fast, Omni, I can't read your messages. My bad, y'all. I'm back. My bad. Let me see, what was we at? Didi say, oh, okay, check, cool. Narsa Ray say, Olivia, it's all right to cry. It's a sign of strength. Being strong too long. She doesn't want you to go through what you did, but she sowed the seeds, so you'll remember to get back on the right path. Absolutely. Didi say, all praise to the Most High. Okay, I read those. I was down. I was down here. Narsa Ray say, I like Vava and Blackpink from K-pop. United we stand. Terry say, unity. Narsa Ray say, he say, it's one moment. Too safe say fact. Quinesi say toxic as hell. YWN say, Ed Narsa Ray, I have been around all kind of people. Narsa Ray say yes. Quinesi got the one. Everybody got the one. Danielle say yes. Olivia got the another $2 donation. Thank you, Olivia. Olivia say, do you believe the world is really billions of years old? You want to know what I think about the how long the world been here? I don't know. Olivia, and I don't want to know. Because I'm not God Almighty. And I know that some people play like they know everything, but I'm not one of them. I would never play like I know everything. I know a lot of stuff. Your brother True, I know a lot of stuff. I done taught y'all a lot of stuff. But one thing I'm not going to do is make something up. One thing I'm not going to do is make up a lie. One thing I'm not going to do is hop on the internet and tell you some shit that I don't know nothing about. So you say, do you believe the world is really billions of years old? I don't know. And I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know, because that's a different level of godhood. That's a different level. That's above my pay grade. That's above my level of comprehension. Only God know that. Don't listen to nobody telling you how old the earth is. These people don't know what they talking about. They just making up things and they trying to sell you some shit. Don't nobody know how long the earth really been here. And so one thing I would never do is mislead you with false information or try to spin a narrative to fit, or try to spin something to fit my narrative. I never do that. It's some things as humans we had never know. It's some things as humans we had never discover. It's some things as human beings we just don't have the answer to. We just don't have the answer to certain things. You see what I'm saying? But that's what makes life beautiful, because I don't want to know everything. I don't want to know everything. That's what makes life beautiful. You see what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, I just don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you know, the thing about it is, a lot of people get up here and they'll tell you, Olivia, the world is 4 trillion years old. Like, how the fuck you know that? How you know that the world is 5 billion years old? or 40 trillion years old. You don't know that. You don't know that. You feel what I'm saying? So run from a person who claim they know everything. Run from that person. If a person ever if a person ever act like they know everything, get away from that person. Because don't nobody know everything. Don't nobody know everything. See what I'm saying? And that's the beauty about life. It's always something above us that we look up to, called God, called the Most High. That's who know everything. And that's the beauty of life. I don't want to know everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want to know certain things, but I don't need to know everything. You feel what I'm talking about? Let me get back real quick. Let me see. Quinazy say, yeah, YWN, she laughing. Nasare say, YW, I think that type of exposure is valuable. Olivia say, my mom passed away in January. That's what Nasare is talking about. You're so sweet. Oh, okay. Okay, well, my condolences to you, Olivia, and the family. Yeah, I didn't see that question. I didn't see that. Yeah, sis. Yeah, my condolences goes out to you. Hopefully, you know, you holding up strong, you holding up well, and you carry your mother's legacy with you, and just make a good impression on, you know, just being a better person and doing what you got to do to represent your people the right way, you know. But I appreciate y'all. Yeah, because I didn't know what the question was about. I didn't see it. But now I know, though. And yeah, I definitely hear you. My condolences goes out to you, Olivia, most definitely. Didi got the one. Narsa Ray say, always a vibe here, like fresh spring. You already know we always going to come with the, you know, the real, the right, and a little bit of you know, something different that most people ain't hip to, just to get them hip to what's right. Sutri say, free thinking. That's where it all starts at, free thinking. In order for you to elevate your frequency or rise, you got to be a free thinker. That's where it all starts at. Nasare say, Olivia, as long as you remember the good times and wisdom of your mother, she will always live. That's what it's all about. Straight up. That's what it's all about. Nasare say, to try to remember the best times you had with your mother. Yep. YW say, I'm glad I am not low vibrational anymore, because that is not living life. I'm a free thinker now. Yeah, man, you got to get out, you know. And that's why I don't agree with a lot of the red pill content that a lot of these red pill brothers make, or a lot of these pink pill female content creators make about relationships, because everybody experience in life can be different. Everybody experiences can be a little bit different, and you don't know who you learning from. You might be learning from a witch. You might be told some information that's coming from somebody that's hurt, that never healed from their pain. So be careful who you listen to and where you take your information from. You feel what I'm saying? That's where it comes. That's why it's important to be a free thinker. Narsa Ray say, okay, yeah, we back. Omni say, how the hell can you think positive if this world and our future is effed up? Because we not in the world, Omni. We not in the world. Me, Didi, YW, Platinum, Truth, Brother Truth Rises. We not in the world. We already in the divine. We in the afterlife. We not in the world. See, you in the world. That's why you gotta focus on the things that's in the world. That's why you probably scared to die. That's why you got a bad attitude problem. That's why you can't get along with nobody. And that's why you don't know who God is. Because you in the world and you don't understand how to think outside the world or outside this existence. When you master the ability to rise to a level of frequency to where you can think outside of this existence, you become more at peace with yourself. You become more at peace with your environment. You become more at peace with the natural things that's provided to us by Mother Earth. But the problem is a lot of people is in the world, or they stuck on the drama that comes from being in the world. It says be in the world, but not of the world. And a lot of people is in the world and a lot of people is of the world, and they stuck on the drama. You have to learn how to find a space in yourself to go to take you away from all the noise. And a lot of people never do that. They never do that. And that's why a lot of people go throughout life mad, pissed off, angry, and bitter. Love in this thing say, what you think about the weather? I think it's a lot of changes going on with the weather pertaining to the HEART program, and these people learning how to manipulate the weather with these different, facilities and locations. Things that they do underground, things that they do in the air and spray in the air. They learning how to manipulate the weather a little better. But I think in the new world we headed into, that won't be a problem. I think Mother Earth is cleansing itself and everything is going to get back to where it's natural and it's being ran with the proper balance. But I think the weather has been tricky over the last 5-10 years. It's been a lot of weird things with the weather, but we know that these people is causing this shit through weather manipulation and tactics that they use to fit their agendas and things like that. But for the most part, the weather gonna always do what the weather do. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be sunny. It's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be stormy. But in the end, everything is going to balance itself out like it need to. And so that's my take on it. Nasser Ray said, I think this Earth old as F, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are planets that are older. I'm open to possibilities. Well, we know that the Earth is old. We know that. That goes without saying. We know the weather, the Earth is old, but I'm just saying, can't nobody tell you openly how old the Earth is. Like, you can't put a number on it. You can't put a year on it because don't nobody know. YW say, I think the weather is great. Olivia say, I respect that answer. I don't know. I appreciate it when somebody says they aren't sure of their answer versus saying something you aren't sure. Yeah, I'm not that kind of person, Olivia. I'm gonna tell you if I don't know something, or if I just don't have the proper information I need to give you a definitive answer. And nobody don't know how old the Earth is. Nobody know. Nasser Ray say, I don't know either, but it is a mystery. Yeah, it's a mystery of God. And that's why we put our faith and trust and all our heart and all that into God, because we know that the Most High have certain mysteries to the universe that the human race will never figure out. Didi say, right. YW say, I don't go by years anymore, just me. Yeah, we never went by years. We always go by seasons: summer, spring, winter, fall. That's how you can tell about where you at or what the world is doing and the changes that it's dealing with in the weather. We go by seasons. Years don't even exist. It's a myth. Too Safe say, Mary's tune. Jake, okay, appreciate you sharing that. Olivia say, it is difficult for a myth to grasp that scientists say that the Big Bang is what created the Earth, but then scientists also say something cannot come from nothing. Yeah, the Big Bang ain't what happened. I broke it down on how one of the ways or the possibilities that the ways the Earth came into existence. I broke it down on one of my, or a few of my lives I did in the past. Now we know that, like we can tell how the Earth came into existence through different ways. And one of the ways I always tell people how the earth came into existence is through vibration. Through vibration. That's how the earth came into existence, through vibration. All right. Nasser Ray say some things are beyond our understanding. Yeah, and comprehension. YW say Quinasia facts, laughing. Nasser Ray got the prayers up, prayers up. YW got the prayers up. Olivia say thank you, true. It's all love, Olivia. I got you. Destiny Jackson said I know so many women that are disgusted with the thought of dating. It's all in their expressions. Yeah, most women just is just bitter. I'm going to be honest. Most women is really bitter with men. Like, they just get disgusted from men. And that shit ain't normal. That shit is a sign of the spirit of lesbianism. And that ain't cool. But I know exactly what you're talking about, Destiny. A lot of women have a disgusting feeling about men. And the reason why a lot of women have a disgusted feeling about men is because they've been molested by their uncles. They've been molested by their fathers. They've been molested by their grandfather. They've been molested by people in their family, and they never can really speak on it because they feel like nobody ain't gonna understand them. And when you get molested or when you get touched on inappropriately as a child, you have to talk about that kind of stuff. You have to go to somebody and get that stuff off your chest. And I think that's why a lot of women seems to be disgusted with men. Not saying that all of that is with all women, because some women just got their own personal feelings why they might be disgusted with men. Some women, they just be on their period. They be on their period, and some women just be going through their cycle, and that's why they be mad at men sometimes. It really don't really be a real feeling that but it just be certain things put them in them, you know, that emotional state. But a lot of women been abused as little girls, and that's why they grew up being disgusted with men in certain instances. That's a real issue. And I think that's one of the reasons why relationships don't work, because like I said in the video I did a few days ago, a lot of women never learned how to love. Based on the conditions of their upbringing, a lot of women never found the space to heal from their trauma. So they really don't know how to love a man, or they really don't know how to love themselves, or they really don't know how to find time to exist in a state of peace and healing. And, you know, it's a lot of that going on. You feel what I'm saying? And they just don't talk about it. But I know, because I've been with women who told me things that happened to them when they was young girls, and things that they, you know, that they experienced growing up. But a lot of women just they feel like they can't speak on that to certain men. And that's why I tell a lot of men, you know, sometimes you got to be willing to listen to what a woman talking about, and, you know, just listen, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You'll see exactly why she feel the way she feel. You will see this exactly why she say the things she say, and you will see exactly why she do the things she do. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what it be. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. But a lot of women is disgusted with relationships and being involved intimately with a man, or, you know, with a man that gives them some kind of form of a challenge. Nasser Ray say fundamentals. Love say been watching documentaries about the weather that is concerning. Yeah, the weather, yeah. Love say something taking place as we speak. Yeah, they got a lot of things where they're trying to manipulate the weather, and they getting good at it too. You feel what I'm saying? So some of the clouds you be seeing in the sky, it don't even be real. It don't even be real clouds. Some of that shit be it be vape. You feel what I'm saying? Narsa Ray say, I love date night. I just I'm doing at home. I enjoy getting dressed and just ordering DoorDash and watching movies all night. Yeah, I'm pretty much that kind of guy too. Before I left California at my last house, that's what I used to do. You know what I mean? I just invite my few little my few women over, and we'll just chill and watch movies all night and just and chill out and shit like that. So that's what I'm pretty much into as a guy. I'm pretty much into like just kicking it at home. Like we can go out. I don't mind taking you places as a man. Like you got to be my girl though. Like if you my girl, like you my woman, or if I've been seeing you for a minute, I don't mind taking you out and spending money on you and shit like that. But if you got to get to that point to where we can build some history first. But even with that, like even with some of my girls I dealt with back home, like we just felt like staying in the house, chilling was the best thing for us, and that's what we did. Tiffany say, hey, True, what's good with you, Tiffany? I see you in this thing, sis. Welcome to the live, sis. YW say, love me. YW, what you laughing for, bruh? Damn, YW, what's so funny, bruh? YW, you been laughing the whole damn time, man. Narsa Ray say, future might be bright. Yeah, Narsa Ray say, bro said his future effed up, LOL, so sure and innocent, but hilarious. Yeah. Fear Soul say, shout out to bro 100. Yeah. Olivia say, True, you are truly are helping me escape this simulation. Absolutely. That's one of my jobs, is being a spiritual, some kind of form of spiritual insight. It got to help people remember who they are and remember where they come from, and have a greater connection to God than anything else. You feel what I'm saying? Omni say, you guys are idiots, bro. Too spiritual and no earthly good. Light can defeat darkness. Omni, what you talking about, bro? Like Omni, bro. You always been good, Omni, on True Media. What's wrong, bro? Like, is you okay? You ain't never had no problems on True Media, man. Like, who did it to you, Omni? Like, what's going on with you today, man? Because I'm seeing a lot of your comments or a lot of your questions is I don't know what you mean, brother. Like, what's wrong, bro? Like, who did it? What's wrong, bro? You found out some bad news or something today? What's wrong, Omni? You one of the main ones that come in with good energy. And all of a sudden, you coming in talking crazy. Like, what's the problem, bro? What's wrong, man? Narsa Ray say, Omni, that was you. You wild as F. Like, who told you that? Like, don't live now in your future. Like, bruh, I cannot. Okay. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with Omni, man. Omni say the recycle repeats whether you are positive or not. Keep trying to save. Okay. All right. Yeah, Omni, man. Come on, dog. Don't start with the crazy shit, man. Straight up. Quinasia got the prayers up. Olivia YW say C-19 was a reset along with the weather to try to put us in the hospital. Yeah, they did it. They did too. They put a lot of people in a box. They put a lot of people in the grave, and they put a lot of people in the hospital. Kofi said, hello, Jesus. Narsa Ray say, don't have to conform to this world. Omni say, F this world, and F you keep coping. Omni, bruh. Listen. You been good on True Media. I don't know what's wrong with you. You might be having an episode. You might be having some kind of form of dramatic experience. But I'm going to let you know, brother, be cool. All right, that's the first and last warning. The reason why I'm giving you a warning is because you be one of the main ones that come in with good energy. I don't know where your energy at today, but I'm going to let you know. Be cool. That's going to be the first and last warning, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Narsa Ray say you can live life and abundantly. Javis say Muslim, too safe from other countries being grown in urban areas. YW say, Narsa Ray, definitely not. Narsa Ray say, we all, we all live in our own worlds, and to have this world, and to have the world to have this world, so I stay in my own inner world. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who Omni arguing with. Narsa Ray say then. I don't know who Omni arguing with or talking to. Narsa Ray said, I can't speak for the light people I have duality. Okay, that's who you talking to. Okay, I found it. Okay, so Omni and Narsa Ray arguing in the chat. Let me listen. Listen. I don't want nobody arguing in the chat about whatever they believe or whatever they disagree with. If y'all can't find no middle ground and y'all feel like, y'all want to be on the chat using a lot of profanity and all these things like that, if y'all feel like y'all can't get along, I'm going to dismiss both y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to dismiss both y'all. You dig what I'm talking about? Because I don't want no confusion on the live. We done dealt with this stuff before. You feel what I'm saying? And let me do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put Omni on timeout. I ain't gonna block you, Omni, but I put you on timeout because I don't know what you were saying to everybody else. I didn't catch the question. I don't know what y'all was discussing. I don't know who pissed him off or who pissed Omni off. I don't know. But I put Omni on a timeout because I don't want people in the chat arguing about nothing that's stupid or is crazy. So I'm going to ask everybody to respect people's beliefs, opinions, and if y'all can't learn how to find no middle ground to get along, it ain't nothing to, get you up out of here if you feel like you can't participate in said discussion. All right, let me go back to the chat. I don't know who did it to Omni. I don't know what's going on. I just started seeing a lot of profanity out the blue. I don't know what's going on. Y'all gonna have to catch me up to what happened. Mama said, oh, my bad. I thought that this conversation was about the astronauts returning to Earth. Nah, Mama, it ain't about that. Definitely not. Olivia say, amen. Trauma causes people to change when not healed or when it happened when they were too young to process. That's true. That's true. And we got to remember that it's a lot of people walking around here who's been, some things happen to them. All right. Tiffany say, I'm not. I just want someone to be truthful with me. I've been single all my life. You have people out. Hold up. Tiffany, let me read it. Tiffany say, I'm not. I just want someone to be truthful with me. I've been single all my life. Tiffany, you mean you ain't never been in a relationship, Tiffany? Tiffany, you been single your whole life? How old is you, Tiffany? How old is you? Because you said you've been single your whole life? So you never been in no relationship, Tiffany? And I'm not saying it's shocking. I'm not saying that it's, that it's impossible, but I'm gonna read it all out. My bad, Tiffany. Tiffany say, I'm not. I just want someone to be truthful with me. I've been single all my life. You have people out there playing with someone's heart and feelings and being in a relationship the whole time. That's true. I agree, Tiffany. It is a lot of people out here who's imposing their will on others. They manipulating other people. They playing with people's hearts, emotions. And I can see why you might not want to experience a relationship from that standpoint. I can see why you may probably, probably never got into no relationship from what you just said. And that is true. People do string people along and they do it purposely too. But you said I've never been in a relationship. That's what caught me off guard right there. But okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't saying anything is wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, it is what it is. I appreciate you sharing that though, Tiffany. Nasser Ray say, true to darkness you are, the brighter you are. You just choose whether you generate, operate, destroy. Yeah. Tiffany say trust issues. Okay, trust issues. Okay, that's why you never been in a relationship. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not saying there's people out there who don't have their own personal feelings about why they don't want to deal with people. Why? Because a lot of men don't want to be in a relationship because they just love their alone time. That's why a lot of men might not choose to be in a relationship. So I can understand that. A lot of women might not choose to be in a relationship because they like their alone time and they like their peace. I can understand that too. But never in time will I ever accept just because you like being alone and you like your peace of mind, that don't mean you go out your way to mess it up for everybody else and tell everybody else to hate the opposite sex. Like, that's what I don't agree with. Like, some people made it up in their mind to find the time of not wanting to deal with people. I respect that. But just because you don't want to deal with nobody, that don't mean you try to make everybody else think like you and not want to deal with nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. And a lot of people feel like because they failed at marriage, a lot of people feel like because they haven't found the proper love, a lot of people feel like because they failed at dating and relationships, they want everybody else to feel like them. And that's the shit I don't agree with. See what I'm talking about? Nasser Ray say, right there, we're never showing examples of love, only hurt. Too Safe say, big bro talking. You already know. Nasser Ray say, they never seen it, so they can't give it, especially if they never receive or reject it. Game Shane say, mental balance is key. That's facts. Nasser Ray say she could have seen people reject, love, or hurt others. Nasser Ray say, Omni. Okay, yeah, that's when Nasser Ray was talking to Omni. We gonna get past all that. We passed all that. YW say, true, I just been in a good mood. That's what's up, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. YW say, people have been saying some crazy stuff in this chat today. Yeah, brother, you been laughing, brother. Listen, YW. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, brother. Like, shit, listen, YW. Laughing is good for the soul, brother. I repeat, laughing is good for the soul. And I'm not mad at you for having a good time, brother. That's what you're supposed to do when you over here on True Media. Part of being over here is to have a good time, express your feelings, do it with good respect and dignity. You feel what I'm saying? And learn something at the same time. All right? So I'm not against that, YW. I just been seeing that you've been laughing your ass off the entire time we've been talking. You know what I mean? Like, we sitting up here talking about real shit, and you up here cracking up about everything. And I'm like, what's going on with the brother YW, man? What he laughing at? Shit, I need to know what's going on. It's all love though, brother. Nasser Ray say, he said, don't start with the, yeah, I put him on timeout. Put him on little boy timeout. Yeah. Go to your room. Shit, go to your room. Go to timeout for a few days. And if you come back with that same kind of energy, I'm blocking you. Olivia say, who all never took the C-19 jab? Hopefully nobody in the live or the chat took it. I know I didn't. Nasser Ray say, Omni was on one today. Hopefully he is healing his heart. Yeah. He came in and I don't know I don't know what made him mad. I don't know who upset him. It couldn't have been me because I was talking about relationships. But I seen that Omni just start going off, and I'm like, who he talking to? And then I start seeing people going back and forth who he was talking with, and we don't want that. We don't want that. All right. YW say, Nasser Ray say, I'm not too silly. What has been said in this too crazy. Yeah, man. I ain't been catching on to a lot of what's been being said, YW, because YW, you know this, YW, as the host, I can't see every question in the chat. I can't see it. I can't see everything that everybody put. So I don't pay attention to some of the stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because I'll be trying to keep up with everybody's questions in real time. And so you might have seen something that I didn't see. You feel what I'm saying? Tiffany say, bye, Omni. Yeah, Omni, he on timeout. Narsa Ray say, yeah. We know. Versatile say, it's love, peace, or it's not. Simple as that. I respect that, Versatile. That's exactly what it is with me. If a woman coming, listen. If a woman coming to my life right now today, and she say, true, I can see us going all the way. I want to get serious with you. The first thing I'm going to ask that woman is, do you love yourself? Ain't that crazy? I know y'all like, we never heard that before. I know you haven't never heard that, huh? If a woman want to get involved with me, the long way, the first thing I'm going to ask her is, do you love yourself? And the reason why I want to know if she love herself is because I want to make sure that she don't have no issues or no inner demons or no problems internally. Okay? See, a lot of people don't ask that question. When people get into relationships, a lot of people don't ask questions like that. They never ask shit like that. But I'm the kind of person, just as much as I want to know how much you willing to love me and what you can do for me, that's how much I want to know how much you love and what you can do for yourself. See, I'm the kind of person that I want to know how you feel about yourself. Because given the fact of you telling me how you feel about yourself, it's going to tell me everything I need to know about how you might possibly feel about me. You see what I'm saying? And that's where people go wrong at in relationships. And that's where people go wrong at when they try to get to know other people. They never ask other people, how do they feel about themselves? They never ask other people, are they healed from what they went through? If they've been through anything. So if a woman come into my life, I want to know how you feel about yourself. She say, I'm at peace. Okay, we can get somewhere. She say, I feel lovely. I feel at joy. I feel great about myself. True. I say, okay, we can get somewhere because I feel good about myself and I love myself. I'm at peace in my life. It's true media. So I need a woman who feel the same way about herself, if not better. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what we missing when it comes to female and male interaction. You see what I'm talking about? That's what we missing. Young Stepper say, just kick back and listen. Tiffany say, I'm just listening in for real. Olivia say, oh, I didn't know he was arguing with my girl Narsa Ray. Omni, they was, I don't know what was going on. I missed it. I don't even know what was going on. I caught the tail end of it. But I broke it up though. Versatile say, it's love and peace, or it's not. Simple as that. Yeah, Versatile, you right. Shit, hell yeah, Versatile. You coming in straight to the points, Versatile. I hear you. Olivia say, that's a good idea, true. Versatile say, we all got a choice at the end of the day. But I hope y'all have a great day though. All right, Versatile, we appreciate you tuning on in. Hope all is well with you and you be blessed out there. Ahmad say, you're a great spiritual teacher, 100. I appreciate that, Ahmad. Keep your head up, man. Don't be too hard on yourself either, Ahmad. You know what I mean? Give yourself some, some space to think. Go for walks in the park. go work out at the gym, you know, do different things to keep yourself in good spirits as much as you could. And that can balance out some of the things you might be dealing with or facing in your personal life as well. Olivia say, my baby daddy be putting our four-year-old in timeout. I don't appreciate it when he be doing that. Timeout is unnecessary. About 4-year isn't even a bad kid. Yeah, well, you know, it depends on how you do it. You know, you can do it with taking something away. Like if the child is used to a tablet or a game, or you can do it with taking something away. I would say don't be too hard on a child that age, 4 years old. But I will also say discipline is necessary as well. 4 years old is right around that age where children become very curious about certain things, or because they haven't really found their identity as a child. All right. Put a one in the chat real quick if y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, put a one in the chat. Okay, we good. Okay, so, you know, between the ages of 4 to 10 years old or 3 to 10 years old for a child, that's when you can really shape a child's future or perspective. That's why the government love to manipulate our children at a young age. And that's why they like for our kids to start school at the ages of 5 years old. The reason why the government love to get children to start school real young, because they can brainwash them at that pre-K level. So when a child get into school, kindergarten or preschool, you can really brainwash that child from that point on. And that's why the government love for kids to start school at a young age, because they love to brainwash a child from a young age, because they know them years is the most innocent years of a child life. Those years is the most important years of a child life. And so, although I think as a 4-year-old, you shouldn't be so hard on a 4-year-old, it still should at the same time be some kind of level of correction, because that's, you're trying to teach them. You got to teach them. You know, that's the age where, you know, they start kind of catching on to shit. They become a little curious. They start catching on to shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I remember when my son was 4 years old, I couldn't take my eyes off the damn dude. I couldn't take my eyes off his ass when my son was 4 years old. Shit, his ass was so curious. I had to watch him everywhere I had to watch him. You see what I'm saying? So that's that age where kids become more curious about things. So, you know, you gotta really you gotta keep your eyes on them and do a good job at teaching them, you know, just how things work and stuff like that. But if he like putting his hands on a child, or if you feel like your baby daddy is like going overboard with whooping your child, or putting his hands all over the child, or yelling at the child and stuff like that, I don't think that's good. That ain't good. I don't think that. Now, if you saying your baby daddy disciplining y'all 4-year-old, like, and he being like real hard on y'all 4-year-old, like he yelling at him, or he whooping the child, and I don't think he should do all that, because that's not that's not a good way to correct a child or to discipline a child. That's not a good way. And I think that can create a level of trauma from a child. That can create some trauma. And I know as parents, you know, sometimes we love to spank our kids, or we might not love to do it, but we do it. You know, some parents might go out their way to discipline their kids in different ways, but